Hello. We're back again with the Great Ace Attorney. I'm Jake Light, gaming lawyer at your service. We're gonna, how to say, interrogate. Well, not interrogate. We need to cross-examine our not Luigi and not Mario, witnesses. Right, without further ado, let's continue. And we're gonna be trying to, let's see. All right, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. It was when we heard the gunshot, see, made us both jump, and all that stuff went flying. All right, allow me. It didn't have given me a fright. We were thinking the shooter would come out the door and get us next. We sucked everything back where we found it and scared straight into him back in the black. Okay, something's not right. Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there. We was, Dash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand. Good advice, miss. Good advice. Truth be told, me mind went totally blank. Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand. Mental note, mate, miss. Mental note, mate, miss. After that, we let it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something. So they clapped the starbies on us like winking. And after you've been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah. But listen, that proves it. We could have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never ever had a chance that way. And why should we believe that? Hey, well, cause it's true, ain't it? That place was empty when we went in. At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused, who had the gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windybank. Correct? You got it, mister. Down to the T. So the Skulking brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windybank? Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony? Why is it, Bruno? You look very fierce. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something important. Something more than a feeling, though. No proof to support it. Well, feelings can be very logical at times. Sorry? People's expressions, the movements of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that in your brain and will quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you describe. You've concluded there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts. Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna press all these statements. If that's the case, then why did you testify to that defect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, aren't we? We ain't, yes we ain't. If we added to something like that, and maybe we would think we was up to no good. Well, say Ringo, me old China, we only line ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourself in more trouble. It's rotten luck, says the rotten apple eater. Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter? We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up. Sorry. Right. Let's continue. It was when we heard the gunshot. See, mass jam and all this stuff went flying. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much you knocked all those things off the counter? Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. His bag of nerves needs so long to keep this shut on. Look, I was there, alright, blame me. Me dead granny would have woken up at that bang. Big brother here screamed like a blooming baby and fell over the counter. He knocked over a load of books, candlestick and some skull whatnot. They got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them skills on the floor? You really mastered working quietly then. What record? Me granny would have been scared back into her grave at Clapton like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam! Excuse me. Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add? I keep saying I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels. No, something to add about their testimony? You seem to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? It's probably nothing, of course. I won't even bother to mention it only. Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details. How about you just tell us what's on your mind? As you know, we've brought these fellows into the yard for questioning last night, and the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. They? You claim you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. My F, Gov! My F! That doesn't ring a bell now, you mention. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy! We're getting right this time. That's it. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs. Right, you are Graf. Hold it. So in fact you heard the voice and the gun shot almost simultaneously. We did, Graf, we did! Although, I suppose if we are being honest, we are kind of wavering his voice before the AR and all. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun. Okay. Kind of thing. The Korean acting tragically missed. Where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we will, correct. From the other side of the door behind the counter it was. From the storeroom where the victim was found dead. And the voice you heard, it was that of victim Mr. Windybank. On me granny's life, cause it was.
On his granny's life, 'cause it was.
So, that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windibank and the sound of his voice.
So that would mean what? What, Nash? What? Any ideas?
Yes, Counsel, indeed it would.
No. We didn't know the geezer. Oh, it's I'm supposed to die when there's blocking all the fancy clubbers giving us the evil eye.
If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
Oh, I mean Grammy's life it is. On his granny life it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead. To summarize, then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tidy up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it,
Owned place was holding the block. What owned the place was holding a gun, so you should have justified yourself yelling at the girl. But what owned the place was holding a gun, so you just fired instead of just yelling at the girl. I think I can press this one. Present objection to this one because this picture says otherwise. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
it's Egov. You've got the picture. He has, Nash. He has. No question.
And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? Ah. Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, Counsel.
Yeah, that's right. Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could be about to turn the tables on the girl, eh?
Hardly likely. No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Ugh. Continue with the cross-examination, Counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses.
A skunking, never skunking.
Okay. That's strange. I could present that evidence, but doesn't do anything. Let's press it then. You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands.
Oh yeah, but there was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other.
Wait. Okay.
Must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. They really sound like it meant it, mine. More of an empty threat, you could say.
I think I keep changing the voices. Mr. Windibank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if he required. That someone being himself, of course. Good grief! Extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided.
Well, it certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person was gonna shoot him to it. Cook its goose proper. Bet he wish he squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun!"
Was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot?
It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Kind thing.
Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed.
I heard someone eating dead. Before everything went dead quiet. After that, we done a slapdash job tidying up the place up.
Have I? So, you didn't try to open the storeroom door then?
Not all your life. It went definitely quiet after that. They put the ring right up me. But anyway, the door was locked. Why? No way it was opening.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
It was, Gov, it was. From the inside. Right. So we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we?
Unless there was some other way to get a view of this inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole perhaps?
Don't ring no bells, don't light no lights. We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that. We're still cutting our team in this game, see? But one day, we already cut the mustard.
Please cut it out. As we know, behind the door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away. Yes, unfortunately, Gina was in there unconscious with a gun in her hand. To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom?
That's right, Gav, that's right. Could have even we wanted to.
Oh, fine, scattered through the blood. Have I pressed this one? I'm gonna keep pressing. Yeah, I pressed this one already. And press the last one, but let's see if we can. And why? Yeah, let's see what evidence we have. Blue color. It's Windybank's blood, yes. And this is probably Sherlock Holmes' blood. This is Tri-Face Mason's blood. Victim found disease on last shirt. Your omniscience did the secretary of a surprise for. Okay. That really irrelevant. Which countries are about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies? Autopsy, a report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner convinces incident death due to single bullet wound. Alright. Can't really prove that. Okay. Let's see. I'm really stumped right now. Not really as clear as I can see compared to the previous cases. Oh. I press everything now. Give me the gun. Holding gun, so you should just fight instead of yelling at the girl. We was thinking they should come out the door and get us next. Look what on the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of just yelling at a girl. I've pressed this. I feel like it's this one. Usually shoots from owned by the victim, missing in the form, blah blah. What area? Gun belonging to the victim, Mr. William, that Gina was holding when she was found unconscious. There are signs of a single discharge. The bookworm in the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. I feel like this is another accidental case that has happened. If let's say so the concept is instant death due to a single bullet wound from the back. There are no other signs of trauma. There is story manuscript. Notes collected by Mr. Sato about the Miguel case that we worked on 2 months. I don't think we can do anything. Wait, this one? There's nothing. Can't really see. Alright. Gina's representation papers. I don't think this is anything as well. Unless this is something I can do with. A chunk. Oh, look at that. It's totally changed shape just from the little. Alright. Let's see. Burst left wing pressing button. What they do? A voice says the 10-year-old girl. And I can see that it really is a stereoscope, can't you? Except what there's nothing really I can do though. Nothing I can do about it. Doesn't work. What's this? You have to put 2 prints here to start with, you see, and then when you look through the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. The one thing to get right is the position of the 2 prints. I don't care with the idea of stereoscope, but it's really quite fascinating. Yeah, nothing to do with the stereoscope. The only thing I can think of is that the place was holding a gun, so she was just fine instead of yelling at the girl. As signs that a single round was fired, fire was silenced, skulking brothers upon their arrest. It shows where the positions of the main shop and the rear shop. Pow. Place was holding a gun, so he should just fight instead of yelling at the girl. With a few things, we were fighting the stuffing. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun! Give me that gun!" The bloke on the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. How does he know he was holding a gun? I'm gonna press this again. I'm not sure what Oh yeah, those are them two waving them guns at each other. You said you've heard them, but you didn't saw them. Now it's okay. Shall we just say if you don't want to get shot? It really sound like it, man. It my more of an empty threat. You could say the way was known to keep a revolver in the shop. People say that someone using sub course. Well, certainly sounds like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person was gonna should beat him to it. Cook his goose proper. Bet he wished he'd squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun!" And it was directly at those words that you heard the gunshot. It was more or less at the same time. Gov. Give me that gun, boom, bam. Kind of thing. He has a career acting very tragically missed. It was some eating the deck before everything went that quiet. After that, we done a slapdash job tidying the place up. Okay, I'm stumped. I'm stumped. Really no clue what I have to present. I don't think blood samples will help contradict anything. And apparently this evidence when I put out didn't do anything as well. Open evidence of this picture. Just before the gunshot, so I was yelling out, "Give me that gun." We are rifling for nothing. Can I prove this wrong? That they were looking for something actually? With the picture? But then, no, I can't really tell. Shit, man. This is not good. Not good at all. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh shit, man, I have no clue. We did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling her for nothing. We weren't rifling for nothing. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun." Anything I can contradict this? Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun." No, I don't think so. But what owned the place was holding a gun, so... Alright, I gave the evidence here. Now I'm saying it's not right. But the gun is fired. So this should be the evidence, right? I'm gonna try this one. Is that right? Shit. Alright. You know what? I gotta look up how look up this. Look up how what is this? How do I find out? Alright. Damn. Nash and Ringo trial. Right, we jurors contention, jurors examination. We were set at the third. Wait. There's something new. Right, kind of the victim. Right, Pay attention to purpose, the plan to balance and present the crime scene photograph at the new statement 3. We already know that it was. Crime scene photograph at statement 3. Oh, it's holding down. So crime scene photograph. How would it shows a single bullet wound in the man's back? Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is very vague. Very, very vague. I couldn't catch that. Anyways, yeah, I would never found out. Yeah, but fortunately, with my delay and dallying, we've run out of time. Sorry about that. So we have to end this episode. Okay, hope you somewhat enjoyed this mind. How do you say mind searching through all this stuff, and I failed myself. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We enjoyed it. All right, we'll see you next episode. Take care, stay hopeful, be critical. Bye bye. Bye bye.